friends, welcome back. For everyone who is new here, my name is Yanni and I hope you are ready for some new Christmas inspiration. So let's see what I made. And for today's Christmas inspiration, we are going to turn around two thrifted items into something for the Christmas season. You see here I am having a metal house and he was 85 cents. And he is really needing a cleanup. So he is really filthy or something else, how you call it. And I have some light blocks and they were only 25 cents. So I have 4 of them, and also this 4 we are going to turn into something beautiful for in your decor. So I hope you are coming along with me. You see already I have my painted placemat ready, so he's already one big mess and a lot of DIYs further. So I'm going to paint the blocks in the white color, and I'm going to paint my metal house in the white color. But of course, if you like dark red or green better for the Christmas season, just go ahead. This is just an inspiration. So I always use my white chalk paint and I'm going to give it probably a couple of layers, so we will see how this will turn out. You see already I did already the first coat of my chalk paint over it, and you noticed already the black letters are still coming through, so I need probably 2 or 3 layers. I let it dry for a little moment. Also the little house I let it dry. What I'm going to do for the blocks, I'm going to make my own little letters on top of here. So I will Mod Podge this later on, but for now I'm going to take you to my computer and then we are going to make our own little prints for on top of our blockers, our blocks. And I almost forgot to tell you, because I see already here I have my measurement over here. I did measured out my blocks and they are 6.5 centimeters. And I'm going to and of course this is a little bit the same, like 2.5 inches. So I'm going to make prints for this kind of block. So, and of course if you want to have them a little bit bigger, then you just print out the prints a little bit bigger, because the print will be also in our free printable, so you can make the blocks your own. So enough talking, let's go to my computer. And here you see already our homemade letters for the word Noel for on top of our drifted blocks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut all of them out. I did 1 extra for if I did it wrong. So I need 6 of them, and you find them, like I said, in our free printables. Our free printables link you always find on our main channel, Deco Easy. Go to our description box, there you find the channel, and of course in every video you will find the link for the free printables, and you find there for every season lots of beautiful prints to use. So go ahead, if you like it, just use it. Like I said, I'm going to cut it out and then we are going to Mod Podge it on top of our blocks. You see already I did cut out my letters, the N, the O, the A and the L, and of course we are going to Mod Podge them on top of here. I am using just my simple Mod Podge, but if you make your own, it's even better. So go ahead. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to start just doing some Mod Podge on top of my block, and just do it any way you like. And I'm going to glue my first letter on top of here. So just try to get it in the middle so you get a nice square. So you see here, this is of course you see the end upside down of backwards, but of course later on it will be okay. So I will do all 4 of the blocks and then you see how the blocks are turning out. See already I did all of the letters on top of the blocks and I let it dry for a little moment right now, and then we are going to finish it off with some black schoolboard paint, and I will distress the sides so it gives a little bit more of an old vintage feeling. But first I let it dry for a little moment and then we're going to do distress it. That's a difficult word. Distress it. You see here our blocks are ready right now. Now we're going further with our Thrifted little metal house, and you just saw me painted it also in the white chalk paint. What we're going to do, we're going to decorate, but I want to give it a little stand. So I did go out of my stash and I found this little tray. I bought a couple of them, I think maybe 10. They were only 70 cents. They are from wood, but of course a little bit of the lighter wood. So what I'm going to do, he is fitting beautiful inside of this little tray. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give this tray a little rustic feeling. So I use my furniture wax, a very cheap brand. Just of course you can stain it in any color, but I am going to do it with some furniture wax. I always use my brush for it because I like it a little bit better, but of course you can use also a little old piece of clothing, old piece of hand towel, just doesn't matter, but I always use my brush. So I will finish this up and then I let it dry for a couple of minutes. You see here already our little tray is drying right now and he looks very rustic. I love the color in together with my white chalk paint. What I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do some lettering. I am going to do joy and I'm going to do Chtistmas, but if I see it right in my camera, you don't see it anyway, because I think this will be this will be much better if you see it right now, if I am correct. Probably my letter also, this has to be this way if I am correct, and I have to do this way. Of course it is just my telephone, so don't worry. And this is joy. So I always have my wooden letters. I always get them in boxes and I order them also online on AliExpress, but I also buy them in the Action over here. But I also saw that you can buy them at Dollar Tree, Dollarama. At least buy them cheap, because that's really important. Do everything on the cheap way and give it a high-end look. That's what we always try. So I'm going to do one side of the house, I'm going to do joy, and the other side I'm going to do Chtistmas. But of course you can do any word you like. The letters are on top of our little metal house, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this on top of our little tray, just exactly in the middle this way, so you get a nice stand for your little house. So I'm going to do it with some glue gun, but of course you can do it any way you like. So I'm going to try to do it with my glue for my glue gun, but of course not always it works the best. So if you have better glue, just try to do it the other way. Of course I can spill a little bit, because later on we are going to work away our glue on our house, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to find a little bit the middle, and I'm going to squeeze it and keep it in place for a little moment. And now we're going to decorate the sides. I did put you on another angle of my camera. I hope you can see it a little bit. Here you see already our little house with our tray. And I did some glue around it because I did some furniture wax on top of here. And then the glue is not always working the best. So I have glued it on top of our little tray. And I did find some old pics of my Christmas greenery. But you can use any greenery you like. What I'm going to do, I'm just cutting off all the ends, because you see already here you see plastic ends, and I really don't like it. So I always cut off the ends so you get a nice ending of your green Christmas pieces. You see, now you have a nice end of your Christmas piece. So I'm going to do all of them, and then we are going to look how we can decorate it the best, because I'm leaving it a little bit on the neutral way, because I like neutral, but of course you can go all the way with berries, with flowers, with stars, with anything you like. But of course I always keep it a little bit simple, and I'm going to do all of them. This is always the work you have to do in front. So everything is finished. My glue is also finished. At least my glue gun doesn't work anymore. So even my glue gun is already, he said it, he's already done with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm keeping the two little pieces for the chimney, so I keep them apart. I'm going to look for if I can do it this way, just give it a little green touch, and also one over here and one over here. So you see a little bit this way, and I will do the opposite, the other side the same way. So I start with the bigger ones, just do some glue on the back side and just lay it in the middle. Keep it in place for a little while, because of course your glue gun does glue very fast, but not always dries immediately. So make sure that you keep it in place. Now we find a little bit of the smaller ones. These are the smaller ones, but I think I will do them a little bit shorter. So you go on the back side of your greenery, just squeeze your little tool in between and just cut off a little piece. And before I forget to say, anyone who doesn't like to see how I do it, please skip forward. I know if you this doesn't interest you, I know it can be a little bit long, so please go ahead and go forward. So I will place one smaller over here, and I'm going to do the other small one over here. And you see already, if you glue it in between, it's already starting to look very Christmassy, even when you only do a little bit of greenery. So you see already, you get your nice front of your house. And of course we are going to do on the back side the same way. And for the chimney, like I said, I'm going to use the little green picks. So I'm going to do a little bit of glue on here and just glue it against our chimney, so it stays in place. And of course the other smaller one, and just again squeeze it inside and just keep it in place for a little moment, so he won't go down. The last finishing touch, what we are going to do on our blocks, is just like I said, we're going to distress it for a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to use my black chalk paint, and I'm going to black chalk paint, schoolboard paint, just how you call it, and I'm going to dab it off on a piece of kitchen towel. So just make sure that everything, the most of your paint is going off, because you don't want to have too much black on top of your block. So it just has to be a little bit of distressing, but not too much. Just take a block and just go only on the edges of your blocks to give it a nice rustic old feeling. This way we are going to do all the sides of our blocks. You see, this is how they are when they are distressed. But when I saw my little house, I thought maybe I also can give this a little bit of distressing. So I am really loving distressing, so I'm going to pull this away and I'm going to get my little house over here. And I think I'm going to get some little touches on the sides of our metal house also. Of course, you don't have to do that. If you don't like it, just don't do it. I will give it also a little bit of a distressed look. And here you see the end reveal of our thrifted home decor items, and I am really happy how both of them turned out. And of course, I hope when you also go thrift shopping, you find something old for turning it into something new. I hope it did give you a little bit of inspiration how old pieces also can turn into new pieces. In a moment, I show it to you a little bit closer, but for now, thank you so much for being here. I am so thankful you did spend some time of your day together with me. And if you like this content, I hope you will consider subscribing to my all year round Christmas channel and of course our main channel Decor. You find all the links you need in our description box, so go ahead, check it out. For now, enough talking. We wish you all a beautiful day. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.